Tiger fans, today I'm presenting to you Amy Hasbrook, class of 2000, posthumously. She was a member of our women's basketball team as a 4-year letter winner and 3-year starter for the women's team. After playing 13 games in her first season, Amy started the final 80 games of her collegiate career. The team's leading rebounder during her junior and senior seasons, Hasbrook totaled 682 rebounds, including 317 on the offensive glass, placing her third among all DePauw players at the time of her graduation. She still ranks 6th at the time of her induction today. She led the Tigers in field goal shooting in each of her final 2 seasons and finished her career as DePauw's all-time leading shooter at 65.2%. An honorable mention, All-Southern Collegiate Athletic Conference selection as a junior, Hasbrook was named to the second team as a senior. Following graduation, she worked as Assistant Director of Basketball Operations, Communications, and Championships for the Indianapolis-based Horizon League. Tragically, Amy died February 2nd, 2002 in a house fire. The women's basketball team annually hosts a tournament in her name with proceeds going to the People's Burn Foundation of Indianapolis. To date, the DePauw women's basketball team has raised over $100,000 for the People's Burn Foundation and their Braveheart summer camps in Amy memory. At this time, Tiger fans, please join me in welcoming to the stage Dan and Barbara Hasbrook, Amy's parents. Excellent.
Excellent.
Excellent. So I never had an opportunity to meet Amy. Could you tell us about her?
Yes, Amy is our twin. Her sister is in the audience with her little 3 children. She is the ultimate family person. She's the third born of our 5 children. She has an older brother and then a younger sister and a younger brother. She was the ultimate giver, and she was the peacemaker constantly, and she was committed to everything that was right. In fact, she said, if you do the right thing at the right time with the right people, you will never make any mistakes. So that's a little bit about her.
That's excellent advice. The women's basketball team uses this term GBT, girls basketball team. It's their play on the Greek letter organizations. I understand Amy had something to do with that.
Amy was blessed to actually be one of the initiators of the GBT, and they made it into a Greek letter basketball women's sorority, which is still taking place today. And the girls basketball team was probably the most wonderful thing that we have had and experienced as our family, because they became our second family. And we were blessed to get to go to all the games and watch them as they cheered each other on with they always had these T-shirts that have their little letters on them and their sayings on the T-shirts. And it was an overwhelming, wonderful feeling that you had when you went to watch these girls. We were blessed to get to go to all their games all over the country, and we were also blessed to be included by a wonderful coach. But I wanted to say something else about Amy that I might have forgotten to say last night. She was a superior, like a warrior. She was the kind of girl that left her heart on the floor, on the court, and she left her heart with everything that she ever did. She made sure she did it to the fullest of responsibility, and she did it 150%, not just 110. So she was one of those giving people to everybody. There was not a stranger in her life.
When Coach Huffman talks about her, the first thing out of her mouth almost every time is she was the fiercest competitor she had ever seen on the court. That she battled, as I introduced, played in some games her freshman year and then went on to start the rest. Do you all have a favorite game or favorite memory of Amy?
I saw her get beat up a few times because she thought she owned the backboard, and she was only 5'9". And the interesting part about Amy's statistic here is she was the highest percentage shooter because all she shot was layups and free throws. She never took a three-point shot her whole entire career. So my favorite game was the last game of her senior season at DePauw. I said, Amy, please do me a favor. Take a 3. She said, no, Dad, the coach will get mad at me.
Well, good for her for sticking to the game plan. Sorry she disobeyed you. Is there anything else that you two would like to share with us about Amy?
I wrote some things down, if you all don't mind, if I read them about her, because I thought I wouldn't do do justice. So these are what her brothers and sisters have said about her. She is a protector of her sisters, selfless, fearless leader, kind-hearted, giving, compassionate, would never let her brothers win in a wrestling match, helped make them the best wrestlers that they could be. In fact, they both went to the state, and she took a little bit of credit for that. And the other thing that she said that I'd like to tell you is that I found this out after we lost her, is never let today's disappointments overshadow tomorrow's dreams. I would like to also give this over to Dan.
I was a little annoyed one time when the girls kept calling Amy Dennis Rodman, because all I knew about Dennis Rodman, I was a football guy. I didn't pay much attention to sports in the basketball world, but Dennis had a lot of tattoos and a lot of nose rings and stuff like that. I'm going, why is Amy Dennis Rodman? I had to ask somebody. They said, well, you ever watch him play? All he does is do the little things that make teams win. And that's where they got her analogized with Dennis. So it relieved me greatly to hear that.
And her nickname from her darling teammates, who I know are out there somewhere in this audience. I can't see any of you, but I love that you're here. I love that you're all here, and we are so grateful to you. But they called her Has-Beast. You know, she was only 5'9", and she was had long curly hair. So
But she was her brother's drill partner growing up because she was older, and he won the state in wrestling.
And her other brother, she said that she looked up to because she knew that he didn't have all the athletic ability, but he worked his heart out to give everything in order to be a good athlete and a team player. And Amy left her heart every single game on the floor and did everything she could to help her teammates excel in their special games. And may I say one more thing, that Chris Huffman, there is a number 34 that is her number, and it has been given with a lot of, love and confidence to whomever would follow in Amy's footsteps each year, if there was each year, every 4 years. And there is the number 34 sitting in the audience today. I just want you to know that we're blessed that Chris Huffman has allowed Amy's legacy to carry on, and I don't know what we'd do without Chris Huffman, DePauw women's basketball. We get more comfort coming here than anywhere. It's a safe place for us.
I thought I could listen to Barb all day. I said, I thought maybe I was going to have to.
Well, on that note,
Can I thank them?
please do thank them, Barb.
Okay, I'm sorry. May I thank you? I want to thank you. I want to thank DePauw. I want to thank Phil Eskew. I want to thank Stevie, Leslie, Dee, all the people that have put up with my phone calls to know what I was doing. I was so nervous that I've written down things 4 and 5 pages to what to say to give justice to her. And I'm shaking like a leaf right now, but I just say thank you, DePauw University, for this amazing honor that she would be humbled for. Thank you.
Thank you.